such an exciting mood. I'm excited. I'm over the moon. Wherever you are this morning, welcome to MMW. This is my new mug. Look at it. It's so beautiful. What does it say on there? It says, taste and see that the Lord is good. Taste and see that the Lord is good. I believe is Psalm chapter 34 verse 8. Taste and see that the Lord is good. This mug you can order from Kingdom City. It is beautiful. So your challenge for the week or your task for the week will be taste the Lord and see if he is good or not. Taste and see that the Lord is good. I have tasted and I know that the Lord is good. So wherever you're joining me from, this is MMW. My name is Reg and I'm joining you from Perth. So you are welcome. And like I will always say, life is good. God is great and situations are awesome. When we go through a situation and challenges in life, guess what? They make you unbeatable, unbreakable, and man, you are undefeatable. This is the African story and you are welcome. I am going to KISS, keep it simple and stupid, and we will be out of here in time. So wherever you're coming from, I'm sure you are joining me. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good day. Let's get this baby on the roll. So, as I'm recording this video, you will see a question that will appear on the video. This question was the question I asked last week, and we are still talking about all things relationship. Okay, we're still talking about all things relationship, and today we're talking about trust. So last week, I didn't record a video. Last week, I put a discussion up for the viewers, so I can hear what my viewers are thinking, so I can actually hear from them, so they can give me something to talk about on MMW this week. So I posted a discussion on MMW and it had to do with trust, and four questions were asked. Question number one was, what are the things that break trust in a relationship? Question number two was, can a relationship function efficiently without trust? And question number three was, can a relationship be repaired when trust is broken? And question number four, so number three was a 2-in-1 question. And question number four was, how do you repair broken trust in a relationship? Okay, so if you answer yes to question number three, which is, can a relationship be repaired when trust is broken? If your answer is yes, then the question was, if yes, how do you repair a broken trust in a relationship? So let's go straight into it. So I had a lot of emails sent through from my viewers about what they thought about this whole discussion about trust and what their opinions were and where they stood. And the answers I got from question number one, it was all good, but two of them stood out. And what stood out for me to question number one, which was, what are some of the things that break trust in a relationship? What stood out to me was lies and unfaithfulness. Okay, lies and unfaithfulness are the two major things that break trust in a relationship. There are other things, like people promising you and breaking those promises. Asking them to do something and saying like, okay, I'm going to do it, but I'm not. There are other things that break trust, but most importantly, it was lies and unfaithfulness, infidelity that break trust in a relationship. And question number two: can a relationship function efficiently without trust? Okay, that question, some people answers that were sent through to me, some of my viewers say yes and some of them say no. So it was kind of a two-way thing. Some people say it depends on the person who trust was broken, and also it depends on what it was that the other person did. So I went into more research because I don't want to give you all, information that is not good, information that is not going to be helpful for your relationship. So I decided to do a research. I'm going to put the source on there so you can read it in your own time. So I did more research, and what I came up with was that trust is the cornerstone of every relationship. And without this trust, the relationship would not stay long. That relationship will not last long. Why? Because the relationship will be lacking stability. And we know that when there is stability in the relationship, it takes a relationship far. But when trust is broken, that relationship is lacking stability. And because that relationship is lacking stability, it's very hard for it to last. And also, trust is a security that makes people stand firm and release the wall in the relationship. So when you trust somebody in the relationship, you feel secure. You have that security that this person will have your back and this person will look after you and they will protect you. And because you have that thought, it helps you to put down your walls, okay? But when that trust is broken, people put up their walls, okay? where people put up their walls and they make it very hard for them to put those walls down because they are always watching out for themselves. They are always feeling suspicious. They're always, looking out for something that is going to go wrong because that trust is broken, and therefore that wall is up again and that security is no longer there. And good communication in every relationship is a result of trust. Okay, when you trust somebody, you are more likely to communicate with them in a proper way. What do I mean by that? You are likely to communicate to them about what you fear, what your fears are, and what your concerns are, and what your insecurities are, and what your deepest feelings are. You can only communicate those when you trust somebody. But when that trust is broken, that vulnerability is also broken. Then you withhold every information to yourself. You tend to be very mindful of the things you say because you don't trust the other person to protect you or to look out for you because they've broken that. Okay, so when that trust is broken, communication suffers. And we know that communication is a pillar that holds a relationship. So when that communication suffers because of the lack of trust in that relationship, eventually that relationship is going to fall apart because there is no proper communication. I want you guys to really listen to me on this one because trust is very important for every relationship to survive. Okay, so trust and commitment also work hand in hand together. Okay, trust and commitment, those two are relatives. You can't commit to something that you don't trust. All right, so for someone to commit to something, or for someone to commit to something or to someone, they have to trust that thing or that person for them to be able to commit to it. So when trust is broken, it makes it harder for someone to be committed to you because that trust is broken. So it removes that level of commitment from that person because of broken trust. And when you trust somebody, okay, you put your faith in them. That's what trust does. When I trust you, I put my faith in you to protect me, to secure me, to do the right thing by me, even though, even before I ask you to do the right thing, I believe that you will do the right thing for me. And I also know that you will have my back no matter what or no matter what the situation is. So when that trust is broken, that faith is no longer there. I don't have faith in your protection anymore. I don't have faith in your security anymore. I don't have faith that you will do the right thing. You will do the right thing by me. And I don't have faith that you will watch out for me or you will have my back no matter what. And because I don't have faith, it brings a level of insecurity. And it also brings a level of hostility. And it brings a level of, lacking communication. And when that happens, we start to pull apart from each other and eventually we're going to drown. Question number 3 was, can a relationship be repaired when trust is broken? Yes, a relationship can be repaired when trust is broken, and no, that relationship can't be repaired. Why can't the relationship be repaired? Because it depends on the severity of the crime that was committed, and number 2, it depends on the person whose trust was broken. So this question right here depends on the person, okay, and also the offense that was committed. So if we say yes, it's possible that the relationship can be repaired when the trust is broken. So then, how do you repair that relationship when the trust is broken? That's a good question. You have to be intentional about what you do, right? So, number 1, you have to offer a sincere apology. Be sincere in your apology, okay? Don't say, okay, I'm sorry. Be sincere and genuine in your apology. Number 2, make it an intentional decision to commit to rebuilding the trust that was broken in that relationship. Don't say, I've apologized and I say no. You have apologized, but you have to do some work into making sure that that person trusts you again, into making sure that that relationship is as functional as it was before. Number 3, be transparent, open, and predictable in your actions, okay? Sometimes it brings us a level of comfort when we can predict our partners, responses or actions and what they're going to do. Because when you are able to predict, like, okay, if I do this, this is what my partner is going to do, or this is how they're going to respond, or, I know this is what they're going to do, I know this is where they're going to go, and I know these are things they will not and will not do. That way you kind of have a level of control over the situation and over things if you can predict your partner's, actions or responses. And that was number 4, right? And number 5, be willing to actively communicate. Be willing to communicate actively about everything in that relationship. Number 6, ensure that your words match your actions. Okay, you can't be telling me something else and you're doing something else. That doesn't make sense. All right, you've broken my trust, and I'm trying to work on this whole trust thing, and here you are telling me this and you're doing that. No, 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 no. Be willing, be transparent, be predictable. Let your words match your action. If you are saying this, make sure you do it. If you're not going to do that, make sure you don't do it. All right, these are the things that build trust again. And what was that? What was it? Yeah, 6, discuss your needs. This is something that many people don't do. All right, if you have a need in a relationship, discuss your needs. Okay, these are my needs. This is how I like to be treated in a relationship. These are the things I like to be done in a relationship. Discuss your needs so that you won't leave that relationship to go out there looking for something that you should have, you already have. Discuss your needs and how you like to be attended to in a relationship of one of you. And also, if you are somebody that say yes to everybody and to everything, learn how to say no to things that you don't want in your relationship. When you're not happy about something, say it. When you don't like something, say it. Say no to things that you don't want in your relationship and to people around you. That gives your partner some level of comfort as well. Okay? And also, be intentional, or make it an intentional habit to grow from your mistakes and the errors that you've done in the past. Okay, when we make mistakes in life, it has two things. It either makes you grow or it makes you worse. So you have to choose to grow from the mistakes that you've made from the past, so that you don't go back making those same mistakes and keep breaking the trust and bringing the issues into that relationship. When you've made a mistake, when you've made an error, that's good. Sit, reflect, learn from that error, grow from it so that you won't repeat it, so that it won't be repeated and it won't cause the same issue or problem over and over again. This one I want everybody to know. This is very important, okay? This is very important because lack of trust in a relationship. Now, I want you guys to understand this. Lack of trust in a relationship leads to insecurity. Okay? It leads to insecurities. And when someone feels insecure in a relationship, what does it do? It creates discomfort in that relationship. And when someone is feeling uncomfortable in a relationship, what it does? It creates unhappiness. And when you don't feel happy with somebody or in a relationship, what does it do? It pulls you apart, and eventually that relationship falls apart, or you go your own ways. So trust does more than you think. Okay, it leads to insecurity. Insecurity causes discomfort. Discomfort leads to unhappiness, and unhappiness leads to separation. We're going. There is no way. But if you have decided, like, okay, you've broken my trust, and I've decided to give you a second chance, know that it's not going to come eventually. Okay, it's not going to be sudden. That trust is not going to be repaired all of the sudden. It's going to take time and works. So you too have to be patient and give it time for that trust to be rebuilt again. Don't expect like, okay, I have forgiven him and I have forgiven her, and therefore, all of a sudden the trust thing is going to work. No, she has forgiven you, you've forgiven her. So now you have to both work together patiently, continually on building that trust, so that you can get to that place where you trust each other again. So today I leave you with a question, and that question is, keep in mind that in a relationship, we are trying to be better for each other, okay? You are trying to be better, not only for you, but for me as well. I'm trying to be better, not for me, but for you as well. So this question I would like you to answer genuinely in your time. For you that say yes, trust can be repaired in a relationship when trust is broken, and that, people do that all the time, and, they still live together. I want you to answer this question for me, and that is, how do you expect your partner to function efficiently in your relationship if they feel insecure that you have broken the trust? Okay, how do you expect your partner to love you wholeheartedly? How do you expect them to respect you? How do you expect them to trust that you will protect them? How do you expect them to believe your words? How do you expect them to give you all of themselves? How do you expect them to keep making sacrifices for you if they feel insecure in that relationship because you've broken their trust? And remember this, broken trust in a relationship leads to insecurities. Insecurity leads to discomfort. Discomfort leads to unhappiness. Unhappiness leads to separation. So please answer that question for me as you go through the week. I believe that this topic has been beneficial for somebody here. So please do like and share. And I look forward to hearing more feedbacks about, how to grow a relationship and how to make things work in a relationship. Have a blessed week.